Hey guys, Hybrid here. Um, so obviously, spoilers for the season one finale of Agents of Shield. But if you didn't watch that, I recommend you turn away now and watch it on ABC.com. I think it's up there by now. But anyways, a big thing about this episode was, or not like a big thing in particular, but one of the things they went into is the GH-325 and side effects of it, etc., etc. And I thought I'd talk about it. Now I've been on various forums. I've been chatting in those various forums. You might have seen me. The username is probably Hybrid Network, but I've been talking to other people in the comic book community about it also, and I thought I'd share my personal thoughts regarding it. What I think. So essentially, I do think it's from a Kree, the GH-325. Now this is where it gets really interesting. So. And it's going to go a little bit into the Kree kind of, not history, but Kree mythology that Marvel Comics has. So the whole thing is they really go into the psyche of people, supposedly in the sense where people exposed to GH-325 went crazy. Now, I believe they didn't really go crazy in a sense of like they just lost their minds because it did something to them. I think they were overloaded with knowledge. Garrett kind of hinted towards that when, after he took it, he was like, I can see everything. And a lot of people are saying cosmic awareness. Now, I think that is very, very likely in a sense where Kree are connected to something called the Supreme Intelligence. Now, the Supreme Intelligence is kind of like a deity to them. He's not really a god. He's just a very, very smart collection of, the smartest people the Kree had into one supercomputer, essentially. And, over time, he's just so powerful that the Kree started worshiping him like a god. Yeah, I think that by mixing the GH-325, which is from a Kree, with, the human DNA, I think that formed the connection between whoever had it and the Kree. Now, in the process, especially if it was that specific Kree, it probably formed the connection with the Supreme Intelligence. Now, the reason why out of all the Kree, especially the Kree they got the GH-325 from, would be connected is because, well, first off, hashtag it's all connected. But anyways, that Kree is probably a scout, scouting out the planet Earth. Now, obviously, to get the information back, that Kree would probably contact the Supreme Intelligence. If you don't know, Supreme Intelligence has stuff like telepathy, cosmic awareness, vast knowledge, obviously, as it's a collection of the smartest Kree that ever lived. So, presumably so, if that Kree were to be connected to another being, that being would be able to connect also with the Supreme Intelligence and vice versa. Now, there's a big saying that, too much knowledge could drive someone crazy. I can't remember the quote, but there's a quote where it was, if humans could understand God's plan and understand God, how he thinks and all that stuff, you would die or you'd go insane because you wouldn't be able to cope with that much knowledge, that much, I guess, understanding, so to speak. So that's what I think happened to Garrett. I think he just went crazy with knowledge. I think he was smart. I think he had knowledge. Obviously he wasn't truly clairvoyant like he wanted to believe he was, but I truly believe he was connected to the Supreme Intelligence, and he just went mad from as much as he got mad from the amount of knowledge he was exposed to. Now, this goes back also to what they were drawing on that board. Now, if you pay attention to it, it kind of looks like coordinates, and not coordinates like what we use to map something. I think it was like star coordinates. Maybe those are Kree colonies. Maybe that's like a star system map to the Kree homeworld. Maybe that's the universe, and each star represents different civilization. We don't know, but I do believe it has something to do with space and the Kree Empire, because if you didn't know, and from comics, the Kree, like the Skrull and the Shi'ar, all of them have vast, they have vast, what's the word I'm looking for? Empires that span tons of different planets. So I do think that has something to do with it. Obviously, I also think it's Kree because the Agent Carter show is coming out soon, which will be dealing with the early developments of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that's really interesting because what else is coming out later this year? Guardians of the Galaxy. What's in Guardians of the Galaxy? Aliens, specifically Ronan the Accuser, who's Kree, and has relations, obviously, due to that, to the Kree Empire. So I think what we're probably going to see here is more the reveal that the aliens Kree, first off, the official reveal. Also, they're going to go more into the Kree, I think, with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when it comes back season 2. And also, I think around that time, Agent Carter, they're going to have the episode where the Kree scout lands on Earth and they take him and, we go on from there. So, to kind of sum up what I was saying, GH-325 comes from a Kree. That Kree is a Kree scout. The Kree scout is connected to the Supreme Intelligence in order to relay information back and forth, back to Hala, which is the Kree homeworld. And essentially, when that Kree's, fluids, so to speak, were taken and injected into other people, it connected those people, obviously, because now there's Kree biology in them. It connected those people with the Supreme Intelligence, which drove them mad due to the vast amount of knowledge the Supreme Intelligence has. And especially considering that they probably weren't prepared to get that much knowledge in the first place. And I think that's what happened to Garrett. I think that we might see that start happening with Coulson. Coulson may have been a bit luckier though, because what a lot of people seem to forget, they're like, why isn't Coulson that affected by it? His mind was erased. So I think that played an important part. Also, if you notice, when he went into that brain machine that Reyna put him in, when he was starting to remember what happened to him, the first thing we saw, it looked like space. That's pretty cool. But yeah, his memory was erased. So that probably is a reason why this stuff is starting to take a slower, build up. But obviously also has to do a slower build up so we can focus on it for season 2. So yeah, that's all I have at this moment. Comment below your guys' thoughts. What do you want to see? Obviously, S.H.I.E.L.D. took a very interesting turn. Yeah, I'm so tired right now. I'm about to fall asleep. But yeah, comment below your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about the GH-325, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the finale, whatever? Comment below. And hybrid. My cat's asleep too. And I'll see you guys later.